Hello, welcome to Angel Readings with Nikki. Today I'm doing a reading for viewers and what you need to know this week. So I'm just going to select some cards. I will put to one side what I'm not drawn to. I won't keep those in. I don't want to keep those in. Nope. Don't want to keep those in, and I don't want to keep those in. Okay. So, yes. 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 Okay. Okay, so put these to one side and we'll start shuffling the cards. And as always, call on my archangels, your archangel, no, where am I at? And my guardian angels, your guardian angels, the archangels. I ask for angelic assistance with this reading and for the messages to be helpful and supportive. As always, I use reiki healing energy when I'm doing the readings, which is a natural healing energy. It can do no harm, and it's based on chakras and just sending healing to your body from the universe and even from within yourself. So it's not that someone's going to come in and heal you, it's actually that you activate your chakras so that you can heal yourself. And another card from there. I'll put them to one side. As always, hello to our new members and people who have subscribed. You're very welcome here. Always take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We ask for positive elementals, ancestors, with any help or guidance and support within the reading. I want 3 cards from here, but I want one from the middle. Okay, put them to one side. I feel like I've got 3 readings on the table, so I'm going to put the cards where I feel intuitively drawn to put them. Okay, so this card here, this one here, this one here. This one here, this one here. There we are. Right, 3 readings. Right, starting with this reading, we've got cup of tea, and we've got blessing in disguise and violet angel. I always want to say cup of tea. So this is patience and reassessment. And I feel that this is a very calm card. I haven't got any, there's no angst or anything with this card. It's very calming. It's showing us an image of chamomile tea, and I actually feel like I've just drunk a huge teapot of chamomile tea. Suddenly I just relaxed, and my whole being and my muscles and my shoulders, and they all just dropped, and I became very calm and very relaxed. So that tells me that this is a positive card for this reading. Picking up from the card, and I really feel that that's how you need to be. So if this is resonating with you, you feel like you're being reminded to have patience. You're very keen for something to happen right now, and if you could just click your fingers and get it done, you would. And I feel that's the energy you've got with it. And now you're being reminded to be calm. Calm right down, because that energy doesn't make it come any quicker. In fact, it holds it up. So if you breathe deep, remember things happen at the right time for the right reasons. Stay calm and relax. It's coming. No one's going to pull the rug from under your feet. No one's going to jump in the line, metaphorically speaking, and steal it from you. It's coming to you. It's yours. You've already got it. But be patient, because if you get it too early, it's not the gift it needs to be. It has to come at the right time, and it knows exactly when it's coming. And just be calm. Accept that if it's coming to you, it's also going to come at the right time. I'm seeing this steam coming off this cup of tea, and I feel like I'm watching it hypnotically, and it's just like taking its time. The steam isn't in any rush to go anywhere or do anything, and I feel that's the energy you need to embrace. There's no rush. There's no need to rush this in. It takes the right amount of time to materialize. There's also the message of reassessment. So while you're waiting, reassess. It might be that you're overlooking something, and while you're waiting, as you're assessing the situation, new ideas will come to you, but they're not going to come to you if you're in a mad panic to get it done, because all you're thinking about is the mad panic. So no, I'm not telling you to take a step back, not at all. Just be calm and be patient. And as you do that, you're allowing yourself to think. And you need to be in a calm state of mind so that you can assess the whole situation and have a time to think. And be open to new ideas while you're doing that. And you might feel that this waiting and this drawn out process, as you feel it is annoying. But we've got the blessing in disguise card. So we're getting this is a blessing in disguise. This drawn out process is working in your favor. It's working for you. And I also feel that bringing in with this is there are things happening around the outside. It's like you've got the ring of what you want to happen, but there's all these other little odds and sods and elements all around it, and they're niggling and kind of poking you and bothering you, and that's the unsettling energy. But bear in mind, and I know that the things out of your control are irritating and they're an irritant to you, but take it on the shoulder or the chin. They're a blessing in disguise. It's working in your favor. Everything is working in your favor. You can't see the reason yet, but trust the process. With our blessing in disguise, And if you look at our picture, you know, the young lady, we've got an angelic feather. So this is telling us, this is a message from the angels. Yes, the balloon burst, but look at all the gifts inside. She would have been upset her balloon had popped. She thought the balloon was the gift. But it turns out the balloon was concealing the gifts. And in its destruction, she received 100-fold more. And it was divinely sent. The angels are working behind the scenes for the overwhelming gift rather than the balloon. And with this card, we've got trust, revelation, significance, and surprise. So as this situation that you find yourself in and you're being asked to be patient about, as it manifests and comes to you, it's going to be such a surprise. You didn't see the huge bounty that it's going to bring to you and the huge abundance it's going to bring to your life. It's going to surprise you. And that's such a lovely card to get. Bringing in with this, we've got the Violet Angel, which is breaking dawn. And that this is actually such a positive card. It's the pinks and the violets in this card are so calm and relaxing and positive. I feel like it's what you want is on the horizon. You can kind of see it, but it feels like it's so far away because it's in the distance. It's on the horizon. But feel that when the dawn breaks and it's your time, the blessings that come to you are going to be 100-fold. You really just have to have the patience. We've got our Violet Angel. She's kind of standing with one hand on her hip, so, you know, she's waiting, but it's not both hands on her hip. She's waiting, but she also knows that patience, and I feel like I'm getting that same old message, patience is a virtue. And I feel that even though she's got her hand on her hip, she's patiently waiting. So that's one reading. We'll pop this to one side so we've got a bit more room. And if that resonates with you, I would absolutely suggest anything to calm you down. Now on this one, we've got, I actually put this one in upside down the other day, so I'm going to turn that back because I know that that should be the other way up. It's just the way the cards were shuffled. So we've got Zadikiel, Amara, the Aloha Healing, which is such a beautiful card. This layout is it's for somebody who's not well. This is for someone who's not feeling very well at the moment. I feel like there's a depression here. And I don't want to go and say, be grateful and have gratitude for what you've got, because that's not going to make you feel any better. You already know that. And that's what I feel like. You already know this. You could tell me a thing or two about gratitude. That's what I feel with this card. You could tell me a thing or two. You don't need to be told about gratitude. You know it. This is a reminder that you already know that. And you've got Zadikiel working with you and for you. But bringing in with this, and this is what this card is, I would feel it's the most significant card on this reading, because it's Sage. So what we've got is Sage, which is protection, wisdom, purification and harmony. It doesn't say protection on here, but trust me, it is. And along with the lavender that we've got here, because we've got lavender sprigs in here as well. This is a strong healing and protection card that you've pulled. I feel like you could do some purification sage. I'm hearing white sage, so I would recommend saging your environment. And it's not just your home. If you have a car, I would say sage your car. If you work somewhere, and it's always tricky when you're at work, but you know, you could buy either after everyone has gone, or if that's not possible, I'm getting like I've never actually looked to see if you can buy it, but I'm getting like an aromatherapy oil kind of thing that you could just dot around here and there, and that would just purify where you're at work very discreetly. Or what I'm also getting is if it's possible, because I feel like someone's adding to your depression at work. Their constant drip, 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 nagging and moaning and constant nonsense is really getting to you. So lavender, you can get lavender or aromatherapy oil, make sure it's pure, and sage. And if you could combine them, that would be very nice to just dab around where you work. And I would also suggest, and I don't know if it's possible, I don't know your working environment, but I'm seeing a plant, say like a peace lily, for example, a plant you can take into work, or if you can't take a plant into work permanently, then a bunch of flowers, something like that. But before you take it into work, so you burn some white sage in your home, in your car, and all of your environment, but also pass the sage around the plant or the flowers, and make sure that as you would pass the sage around yourself and make sure that you're included, also pass the sage very specifically, asking for protection around a plant or the bunch of flowers, and take that into work and place that in your work environment. And I feel like that's going to have a positive effect on not just you, but a lot of other people. And it might keep this, I feel like calling them a nag bag, and I've never in my life called someone a nag bag. So I don't know if that's your term for them, or if that just lets you know exactly who it is. But I feel like it will stop this little nag bag in their tracks, because that sage is going to do its job. And it's almost, I feel like it's going to shut them up. And I really want to say, that's not how I would never call someone a nag bag. And and shut them up. I've never said that like that, but that's how I feel. That I really feel that's going to do it. And that's for your mental health. That's for your protection. So I feel like bringing that in. You've got Aloha Healing here, who's going to work very nicely and very beautifully through the herbs. And I don't know if this is something that you could do, say maybe I feel like once a fortnight. Just take something in and refresh it. And I feel like it is the work environment, and you're just taking it in, and it's just going to work. And you'll get known as the lady with the plant, and every so often you'll take your little plant home, and you're going to go home and you're going to water it and you're going to care for it. If it's got dusty, you're going to wipe the dust off the leaves. And you know, I feel like your office environment doesn't necessarily have lots of windows, so you're going to have, I see 2 plants, and you're going to swap them around, which is great, because one plant gets a rest from all the protection and the healing and the energy that it will be using in the office. And you'll have 2 plants, and you'll bring one home and it will have a fortnight's rest, and then you'll take the other one in, which you've also done redone all the sage work and the protection work, and you've saged your environment and your car, and you've saged the plant and yourself. And now and I keep being drawn to this leaf, and you take this plant into work, and it's there for 2 weeks, and then you bring it home and you swap them around, and you keep the abundance and the protection energy fresh, and the plants, you know, as they swap around, one by the window, recovering, recuperating, building its strength. And I feel like that's the cycle that you're going to be going forward with. And I feel like it's really getting you down. And I feel, I feel like this, having this little secret that you're taking this in, and it's got sage on it, and it's protecting you, and it's protecting the environment, and it's shutting her up, and then the nag bag is being held at bay. And she's not going to ask you, but trust me, she's curious about this plant. And I feel like it's a little secret, and your little secret. And I really feel like it's going to be working for you, and you're going to draw so much strength from that. And I feel like you're drawing so much strength from that. So I would ask you to give that a go. I feel like I'm getting a message to say, and to ask Archangel Michael and Raphael to come in and help you with this situation. Yeah, I would add that to that. So we'll bring an angel in. I'm asking you to bring Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to the situation, and to help with this protection, to magnify it, and to put a ring of light around you. And it's not just you, there's other people that are involved who are also at the brunt of this person. She speaks poison. As her tongue moves, it's like poison is created and spits out of her mouth. So, and I think as you're doing this with your plants and your sage and your peace lilies, or whichever plant you choose to take in, I'm seeing mother-in-law's tongue, which is actually a very good, very protective plant. It's almost sending her darted poisonous tongue back at her. So I feel like maybe it's mother-in-law's tongue that you'll be taking in. A very, very protective plant. But call on Archangel Michael and Raphael for that as well, for help with that as well. Now we have this reading. We've got a few cards here. This card stays this way. So I just pop this to the side because I want a little bit more room. We've got Voodoo in blue, which is back off. It's a very strong card, back off. And I feel you need to say that to someone. You need to tell someone to back off. We've got the hedge card here, which if I turn it up so that you can read it, is potential boundaries and indecision. But the problem is it's upside down. So it's your boundaries are not up. You feel decided about something, but your trouble is your boundaries are not up, and it's almost like I feel like the scales are off. I feel like the scales are off. The balance is tilted, and you don't realise. You don't realise that the scales aren't balanced. You don't realise that. You don't realise your boundaries are open. You think you've got your boundaries secure, and they haven't. You think you know exactly what you want. I feel like the word here is tricked. And I feel like you're very confident that you know exactly what you want to do and when. And it's not that you're not in your right frame of mind. It's kind of like someone's pulling the wool over your eyes, and they're tricking you into thinking the decision is made, and the decision has not been made. There's still time. There's still room to change your mind. But it's almost as though someone's saying, no, we can't change our mind now. And you absolutely can. and they have overstepped your boundaries. They've overstepped them, and you don't know this. They're actually limiting your potential. They're driving you on a course that suits them very nicely, but it's not necessarily the best course for you. So you need to stop, and you need to look at the whole situation. Is it best for you? Are these your decisions? Are your boundaries up? Because I promise you they're not, and they've overstepped them. I feel you know who I'm talking about. Who has overstepped those boundaries? Why have you let them? If you could reset the boundaries and remake the decisions, what would you decide? And I feel like, what would you decide? Think about it. What would you decide? Have you been led so off course that you think you would decide this when actually you would have decided that? They're limiting your potential, and they're pulling the wool over your eyes. The scales are tilted. They're not balanced at all. They're balanced in their favor. So I feel that's what this card is telling me. And we've got Voodoo in Blue. Back off. Not you, them. Back off. Give you a chance to reassess. They need to take a step back, because they have railroaded you, and you need to railroad them back. Back off. Bring it in. We've got renewed correct connections. So I think once you stand your ground and tell them to back off and say, actually, I'm not decided. I need to make sure this is the right decision, and I feel. You can say, I feel intuitively, or I feel instinctively that I need to reassess this situation. Say, something feels off. Woman's intuition, whatever. Something feels off. And I don't want to make a colossal mistake that will take us 2, 3, 4 times as long to sort out. Back off. Hold up. Hold your horses. Park your car. Wait. Because I feel that when you do that, we've got renewed connections coming in. I feel like this is like a reconciliation and intimacy. There's going to be some forgiveness. There's a reunion. Is this person stopping people having reconciliations and forgiveness? Because that would be a huge manipulation. We then have Sandalphon, which is evolution. This is your evolution. So this is you. I think, so what I'm getting here, and I feel this very strong, very clearly, once you've sought this situation out, it's almost like the realization, it wasn't them. It wasn't them. It wasn't them who are doing you the harm. It's this one, and they still are, and they're trying to smother you like this. It's this one here. This is the one that's pushing you back and holding you down and taking you on this path. This is the one, and you haven't realized it. You thought it was them. And once you're aware and awakened to this, once you stop that one and you put them back in their place, and you remind them, only you can be you, no one else can be you, only you can be you. And once you take your power back, these people are going to come back in and go, we tried to tell you, we're so sorry. This person was like a force of nature, and only you can put them in there. These people, much as they would like to, and see how the cards are here, much as they would like to push them over and push them over and push them over and push them over, they can't, because you are over them, because only you can be you. You're not over them like physically, or you're it's not that you've got the control over them and they do as they told. It's that only you can be you. Only you can push them away. Only you can tell this one to back off. But this one has pushed them away, and only they, and now only you can reconnect with them and push them away yourself. They would like to push them away, but they can't, because you have the control over, you don't even realize that only you have the control over reconnecting with them and pushing this one away. And this one is always putting you, oh no, not always down, but putting you in your place and feeding you the story so that you take this path. This is the way. This is why. This is the way. If you did that, think of, oh, and they're so logical. If you did that, think of this calamity will happen, that will happen. You're not thinking straight. You need to do this. It's like a little snake in the grass. You need to knock that nonsense out of the way. Yeah, they're a little pest. And you need to wake up to them and realise that they're a little pest. And I think you know who it is, and I think you know who you are. And when you have done that, you are going to come into your evolution. You are going to be so much stronger, so much more powerful with your good connections. I tell you what, once you put that one over there to the side where they need to be, and you've got your good connections, you are never going to find yourself in that situation again. You will be stronger for it, and you will always be drawing on this evolution power. You are going to be so strong. Nobody will ever pull that wool over your eyes again. Nobody. You are going to be, you're going to say, how was I? You are a strong character. How was I manipulated like that? How did that happen to me? Never in a million years. Look at the voodoo doll. Never will anybody do that to you. You will always be holding, not necessarily the voodoo doll, you'll never be doing that to people or anything, but they will never mess with you. You very firmly will be holding your own, for want of a better expression, your own voodoo doll in your hands, and nobody will override that again. Only she holds the voodoo card for herself, the voodoo doll for herself. No one would take that power away from her again, and that will be you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I've absolutely loved doing the readings for you. I still want to keep that one away. I still want to push it to the corner. I've absolutely loved doing these readings for you. I hope you join me again for some more readings. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.